Well, hello and welcome to our workshop on Illinois Job Link. I just wanted to make sure that we are all on the same page and make sure that you all are able to see these screens very clearly. And I think it works better to explain about this wonderful kind of information-rich website by showing it to you all. So Illinois Job Link is kind of a cool website. And I want to thank DeKalb Township and the team here for thinking kind of forwardly about being able to provide this information for their applicants, for the job seekers they come across, because it's very helpful, and it's helpful to see the websites themselves so you can kind of get a good idea of how to get into Illinois Job Link and how you can work it for you, for the purposes you have for it. Now, DeKalb Township has this employment services here, and I'm honored to be here as the founder and executive director of Passion Pursuit, Inc. And we have sessions here on Wednesdays, as you can see. And we meet one-on-one with clients who are looking for jobs, wanting to recreate their resumes, have ideas about things they might want to do in their career, including entrepreneurship or wanting to get a trade or get special licenses or certifications that lead to self-sufficient employment. So it could look different for everyone. But I just wanted to show you the employment service page just so you know, you have kind of context. And we'll be here every Wednesday from 10 to 2, primarily until June 8th of this year. So we might extend that, but as of right now, that's kind of the situation. And, you know, our team here at the DeKalb Township office, they're really big on making sure employment services are ready and available for clients. And so if you want to schedule a one-on-one session, please do that by calling DeKalb Township, and we'll get you squared away. We don't want to send you off with the application requirements without some support. So what does that look like? My name is Danita Sims, and I'm actually the founder and executive director here for Passion Pursuit, Inc. And so I lead a nonprofit that's all about personal growth and professional development. And part of professional development has to do with employment readiness, wherever you are in the process. And you could just be starting out. As I said, our mission statement actually is to optimize the personal growth and professional development of future leaders. And we work with a number of clientele, people who might be transitioning back into the workforce after maybe military deployment, dislocation, redundancy, incarceration, retirement. We also work, though, with disconnected youth. We work with people who have had instances with the justice systems and their family members, anyone really who might be frustrated with the limitations of the current workforce climate. Now, there are a ton of jobs available right now, but how to tap into them is a little tricky, depending on what you're looking for. So this is our website. When you go straight to passionpursuitinc.org, this is us. We even do parent and teen or preteen legacy lunch and learns for the purpose of exploring career options. But for today, we really want to focus on Illinois Job Link. Now, this website, it's a little misleading when you get to the site because it says illinoisjoblink.com, but that's actually not the link anymore. It is now illinoisjoblink.illinois.gov. Okay, if you were to type that in, you would get straight to this website, and I'll delete that so you can see that. Hit enter, and it takes you where you need to go. illinoisjoblink.com is a link that's actually not working anymore. So it's a little misleading when you get there, but if you see this Illinois Job Link at the top and you see these tabs up here, you're at the right place. And another telltale is the .gov there. That's how you know it's official government website if it has .gov. Now, any business can buy the .com, which is why I'm imagining that's why the state administrators decided to change the actual physical link so that it can be secure. You see that little lock and it's closed? It's a secure website, okay? And there are other places where you're gonna see it's not, that lock is open, which means it's not secure. And I'm gonna see if I can maybe find a site like that. I think our friends at Yep have a site they have a link, not a site, because this is through the DeKalb County. But at the top, sometimes you'll see, well, I don't know if it's even worth it to do that. Let's see. Oh, there's a part where, I don't know. I can't find an example because this is secure too. But anywho, I'll close that. That's not important. But if we go back to illinoisjoblink.illinois.gov, you'll see there that they have these tabs at the top. And it's all about the different entities that are connected to Illinois Job Link. Now, if you're applying for unemployment benefits or any social service agencies in the state of Illinois, you might hear them refer to this site as a requirement as part of their application process. And what does that mean? They want you to get in here and register with Illinois Job Link. And so even the unemployment, and you'll see right here at the top, information about unemployment insurance and work search requirements, right? That is the connection you'll see to unemployment insurance. And so when you're applying for these different entities for different services or support, especially if it's connected to any type of payments that you'll receive, they may require you to register, right? And that's the link to log in or register for Illinois Job Link. Now, if you go to job seekers, this is the primary tab you'll be going to when you visit Illinois Job Link. And they have several. They have employers. So if you're an employer hiring or wanting to post jobs that you have, they would click that link. Training and education is another link that's important, and we'll go to it later. There's a link here for resources and a link here for programs. And the reason they have all of these other links here is, again, they're typically state agencies that are promoting self-sufficiency, promoting employment, really. And so a lot of the agencies, part of their requirements is that you are actively looking for work. And so in order to prove that you're actively looking for work, they want you to register with Illinois Job Link. And this is a page that's very familiar for a lot of different agencies. And once you log in, it'll have welcome and it'll have your name. And so that's a page that you can either take a screenshot of or print and provide as proof that you've registered with Illinois Job Link. Now, just because you registered doesn't mean you're actively looking, but it just at least says, hey, I'm connected to a system that proves that I have access to some of the jobs that are available. Once you're ready to start searching, this is where you can come to the job seekers tab. Now, as you saw, I didn't even log in and I was able to get to this tab. And without logging in or creating a profile, I could just go straight to the quick job search section right here on the left. And let's say I want to type in office because I only want office jobs and I'm only looking in DeKalb. This is error, and then radius. I have to put the radius in there too. You'll get the radius, you'll get that error if you don't put that in there. So now I went ahead and put the radius within 10 miles of DeKalb, Illinois. I'm looking for jobs that include office. Now, over here to the left, you're going to see some drop downs under refine search. You'll see education level, wage. You can search by the state. You can search by the city. This should all be Illinois. You'll see that because, again, Illinois Job Link. But you can search by city, county, and it's only giving us certain options because of that radius I put in there within 10 miles of DeKalb, Illinois. Whether they offer on-the-job training, which is a specific grant-funded opportunity by the company. So the different companies that may be hiring within the same radius under the same office title. And again, office is going to show up either in the job title or in the job description. We really want just the job title, but we'll see. So you can always refine your search, meaning you can get closer to the matches you really want. This first page is just gonna show us 1 through 10 of the 285 matches. And when you see this little section here, that's kind of a little record that the website keeps to say how long it took for us to get our matches to pull up, and it says 0.019 seconds. That's fine, but that has nothing to do with us. That's kind of just what they're looking for. Last update is a good drop down to click. You can say today, okay, nothing was updated today. Yesterday, there's 136. So we can go from 285 to 136 if we wanted to by clicking on just the matches that were updated as of today. Okay, so that means these shouldn't be super old jobs. These should only be jobs that employers are actually actively looking to fill because they keep checking on them, right? So these were checked as of yesterday, last update yesterday. So that's awesome. That's an awesome way to look at it. Now, another way we can look at it is the wage. So the only option for wage is 0 or more, right? Let's go back. If we take out, now we just took out the update. So the last update one yesterday, 136, we just took that out. We took that. So we went back. And so now the only thing that's there again is office in DeKalb, Illinois within 10 miles. Okay. So we're back to our 285. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to show you something here. And let's say instead of date posted or last update, we want to look at wage. So 0 or more, the whole 284 is popping up. But if it pays, I want the job to pay at least $10 or more. Let's click on that. We go down to 8 matches, okay? And the reason we go down to 8 matches is because that also took out for us any jobs that did not include the pay. So just because you say you want a certain dollar amount, doesn't mean that all the jobs that were removed are less than that or outside of that. It also removes the ones that don't show the pay at all. So I don't want to do that either, right? It has pay wage $10 or more, but that includes jobs that don't have the pay. So I'm gonna go back again so I can get back that wage in there. Because as you can see, $10 or more is only showing 8, 15 or more is only 7, 20 or more is only 2, 40 or more is only 1. Now we would love it if most of the employers posted the pay, but when they don't, that throws off our wage search. Because if you don't put in a wage at all, now it just means they don't show up if we want to put a wage in there to refine that search. If more employers did list that right on the job description, I think we'd see more matches. Now, if we just go with this one, let's say, if I pick date posted, let's say I just want to look within the last week. I only want to look at the jobs that were posted within the last week, okay? I didn't do a pay. I just have office, where DeKalb, Illinois, within 10 miles, and then filtered by what was posted in the last week only. So you're gonna get late May, because we're in May. You're just gonna get late May results. And we're down to 65 matches. Now this helps you if you're on a time crunch. If you only wanna commit so many minutes or hours to job searching, this will help. And again, I have not even created a profile yet. I haven't logged in yet. I just went to job seekers and did a quick job search. So you get more options when you have a profile uploaded. But let's just say we want to look around before we create a profile to know if we really, really want to apply for some of these jobs. So there's an office support associate that pops up. Last updated was 5/23/22. And you see the date is reversed, where they have the year, the month, and then the day. But you get to see the employer, the position, if they have some sort of code with it. And it even reminds you, hey, we're searching near DeKalb, Illinois. And you can also look at different cities in the state of Illinois. This will only be in Illinois jobs. But you can look at other cities if you wanted to. You can even up the radius if you wanted to. But I just did this just for the purpose of this workshop and explanation. So it looks like NIU has an office support associate position, office manager, accounting officer, office manager, and there are different codes whenever you see that. There's an extended posting note there. Let's see what else. Sycamore security officer, and I gather the security officer roles will come up because the term office is in there. Can you see that without the R? I think that's why they're showing up. Hospital security officer at Meta. That's kind of cool, which is also Facebook, which is the old name, the new name for Facebook. Let's see what else is there. There's a clerical here for NIU. Let's say I don't necessarily want to look at NIU, or we'll look carpenter apprentice. It's up there for Mortensen. Let's say I wanted to switch up the company. I can even define by company. So let's say I only wanted to look at Northwestern Memorial Healthcare System. Let's see, there are 13 matches. They're only showing 1 through 10 because that's how many can fit on a page. Okay. Executive assistant at Northwestern Memorial Healthcare. That seems cool. Patient access, medical assistant. And the next page should be 3, so 11 through 13. Patient care service director. So I think I'm going to go back to that first page because I don't see anything on there. And the one that looked interesting was this executive assistant dash administration full-time D. There's a code there. Employer is Northwestern Memorial Healthcare. Location is in DeKalb. It was last updated on May 19th. And let's see. Administrative support, shift, day job, so first shift. And then you can see they start to do the description, and then there's a ... there. So let's click on that. If we click on the position, it'll remind you here what you're applying for. And the icons here is if you wanted to share this job on your Facebook, Twitter, Google page, or LinkedIn, or if you just want to copy the link. So if I wanted to share this job lead with a client or a friend or a cousin or my network and say, hey guys, guess who's hiring, I could share this actual job lead with someone else. Or maybe I, am somewhere where I don't necessarily want to log in because of security issues, or I forgot my password. I can email this link to myself, or I can message it, or I can tweet it out and then check my Twitter when I get home. But I would probably copy this link and email it to myself so that I can apply for it later, right? There's a job order number with all the Illinois job link jobs. They usually provide the company name, and then it says physical address. It says we'll discuss during interview, but it's in DeKalb, Illinois. Okay, so maybe they don't have a location yet, or maybe it's a remote role. We're not sure yet, and typically it will say remote, but we don't know because it just says we'll discuss during interview. So you want to pay attention to things like this, because if they're saying DeKalb, Illinois, it's somewhere in the city, but there isn't a specific location as of yet. And so that's something that, again, they're saying they'll discuss during the interview. So don't forget and pick up on things like that. But good that they do say it's in DeKalb, Illinois. So that's good to know. And then here they give a description of the company and their company culture, as they would describe it. And then there's a description of the position in general. And then there's specific responsibilities. Believe it or not, this is what I would use up against my resume or application. What employers are looking for is that based on the responsibilities, and this section here, the qualifications, and sometimes the preferred qualifications. So these are the required qualifications, and these are the preferred qualifications. I make sure my resume and my application includes some of these things. So let's say I've never managed telephone operations, but I have handled inventory, maybe not of office supplies, but I've handled inventory. Because they have this under their responsibilities, I would make sure that that is noted on my resume. Somewhere on my resume, maybe the most current position or another, or maybe even in a list of qualifications or strengths, that I have inventory, maintain inventory. Make sure I have that verbiage somewhere so that it matches with what the employer clearly states that they're looking for. Arrange travel, monitors budget and general ledger of detail ledger detail for accuracy. Maintain procedure manuals, communicate with a wide range of departments, employees, vendors, and physicians. Like this is what they're saying is the responsibilities of this executive assistant. So sometimes we'll read this stuff and we'll say, oh yeah, I know how to do this stuff. Or let's say in their qualifications, they said this list is required. You have to have these things. So if I have all this, I'm gonna make sure it's in a summary or a list of qualifications at the very top of my resume. Even during the interview, they may ask, why do you feel like you're a good fit? This list would be my golden nugget. I would definitely say, oh, I have a bachelor's degree, or I've worked for at least 4 or 5 years somewhere. And then it has a minimum of 7 to 10 years of secretarial assistant experience. Excellent Microsoft Office skill, excellent interpersonal organizational skill, ability to work in a fast-paced confidential office, must be able to follow directions independently, meaning you don't have to be micromanaged. So because this list of qualifications is required, I would make sure that this verbiage, I repeat this over and over, whether it's in the application, resume, cover letter, and in the interview. Tell me about yourself. Well, I hold a bachelor's from XYZ. I have a minimum of 8 years in secretarial assistant experience. I am an excellent worker of Microsoft Office, and I have the ability to stay organized in a fast-paced confidential office setting or in a fast-paced work environment if it's not an office, if you haven't worked in an office before. I take directions well. I'm able to ask questions and then work independently if necessary for my role. All of that I just said could be the answer to the tell me about yourself, but it also gave them my response to do I hold the required qualifications for this role? Yes, I do. And I told them that in the interview. So that's actually how I prepare people for that as well. So you may read all of this and say, oh, I can easily do all of that. If you notice, they did not put a pay on here. So we're not sure how much this position pays because they didn't include it, but that's okay. If you feel like this is a match for you, you will go all the way to the bottom, make sure you've read or at least glanced over everything. And you'll see right here at the bottom, which is why a lot of the organizations require that you register. To view full details and how to apply, please log in or create job seeker accounts, okay? Now, if you already have a login, you can click login, username and password, and log in. Sometimes they require you to reset your password, so you want to do that. Create a job seeker account. They're going to take you back to this job seeker tab page here, right? Now, how do we get to those searches? We pulled in everything for the quick job search section and then click search, okay? But in order to apply or get the information on how to apply, you have to create a profile. Why do we create a profile? What's the point in doing this tedious thing and creating me an account in Illinois Job Link? Again, remember I said once you log in, once you create a profile and log in, it's going to have welcome and it's going to have your name. You can take a screenshot or print that page for the different entities that you're applying for services for. And so then they document that you have registered with Illinois Job Link. That's what they're asking for. And then you, as a responsible job seeker, you can perform advanced job searches, create and post your resume. You can save your job searches, so you can do more than one type of job search for more than one type of job or industry or location. You can opt to receive job alerts by email or text. And then you get a whole bunch of other benefits that are free to you by creating a job seeker account. And then at the bottom, again, it has, if you already have an account, log in. Now, if you're having trouble, you'll see there at the top, they're asking you to put in, and it's required to put in your social security number, confirm. Or if you say that you decline the entry of my social security number, you can click there, you can put your date of birth there and continue with creating your profile. If for some reason you are not able or they will not allow you to create this profile, okay? It's probably because a different agency that you might have applied for services before created a profile for you. If that's the case, you have to go through the American Job Bank route. It'll give you an error message, and then it'll give you a phone number to call. You have to call that number, leave a message, or if they give you an email, you have to send an email to let them know, hey, I'm locked out of my account. I'm not sure what the password is or what email is on file. Can you please reset my username and send me a link to recreate, to update my password? Once you do that, you can get into your account, you can upload your resume, you can start applying for jobs, and there will be some jobs that they will require you to apply on the company website, and that is just fine. You can go ahead and do that, but at least you'll know how to apply. And Illinois Job Link keeps records of all the jobs that you apply for, and that's another good reason to create a profile. You can literally log in and see all the jobs you apply for through Illinois Job Link. Another great advantage to having a Job Link profile is this: how you're able to receive job alerts by email or text message. And for quite a while, I had this option on my phone, because if you create the job seeker account with your resume, so it even has a system that will help create a resume for you. And that's okay for a startup resume. I wouldn't necessarily use that resume for every position you're applying for, especially if you're looking for more leadership roles. Entry level, it's perfectly fine to create a resume through here and post it through Illinois Job Link. But you want to make sure that your entire work history is on there. You want to make sure that any keywords or skills that you have are expressed on this profile. And so because the reason I'm saying that is because it matches you, and then you get these job alerts either by email or text. And even when I received these alerts through text, I was able to click on the link and go straight to the job that they were telling me had become available, and I can apply. I can simply apply by doing a couple buttons that will pull up my resume that's already saved in Job Link, or my profile that's already saved in Job Link that has my complete work history. So you're not having to type that stuff in every single time. It's a pretty nifty thing to do. So if you're having any issues logging in, like I said, you should get an error message that connects you with a phone number or email of someone from American Job Center that can reset either your username or if they have a code. And you see at the bottom how they say have a reset code. That's what they have to send you from their back office. And then you'll be able to reset your profile, get back active, update your resume, save some job searches, and apply right away. And there are tons of employers that are looking for people right now. So this is a good time to connect with jobs that you feel are in line with your career goals, align with your the strengths that you have, any professional strengths that you feel like you have, or if you're looking to move forward in your career and go beyond the job that you have now. It's just a good practice on how to look for jobs that align with your goals, the next 5-10 years even. And then very quickly, I'll just share with you a couple of these other links that are here. This is what employers get to see. They get to do a resume search. So job seekers do a quick job search, but employers that are hiring, they have their own login. They can post jobs openings. They can save searches on resumes. So they're looking for what's in your resume, which is why it's important that everyone has a resume, some type of resume that they can use. And then they all have a company profile that describes what their company does. They can even include information about their company culture, because they know that job seekers are looking for a specific type of job or environment. So take advantage of those employer profiles, those company profiles, if you have access to them. Find out what their mission statement is. And that's some good information to take in with you during the interview if you really want to get that job. And then they have this training and education tab here. Like I said, Illinois Job Link is tied to a lot of statewide systems. programs. And this is one of them, Illinois Career Information System. And it looks like it's just for kids, but I tell you what, they have different publications and different links here that you can use. And if you've ever heard of Clever with the kids, they have that as an option as well, that you can log in with that. But, it's a cool thing to look up, but they give you the basics on careers. So if you're not sure what industry you should go into, you could even go into this CIS, the Illinois Career Information System. This is a longer program. It can help you boost your resume, make sure you have all the stuff on there that you need to have on there, the skills, the talents, the gifts that you have. They also have the CIS junior part, and it says it's suitable for grades 5 through 8. But I tell you what, you don't have to be those grade levels to use it. It's really about career exploration. What careers are out there and how do they tie with what I know how to do, right? How does me having an interest in painting or drawing or, any home activities, how is that tied to the careers that I might need to step into? So they have a lot of information there, and it's a good way to explore your options, because then they also tie it to industries and companies that are out there that might be hiring in the next 5 to 10 years. So that was the training and education. That's how I got to that one. And then resources, there's so many resources. So if you wanted to find out about tax credit programs, fidelity bonding, program. If someone has a criminal background, there are incentives that employers and companies can take advantage of by hiring people with any type of criminal background. So the information for those programs are right there. Again, this is all under eyes. These are state programs. And this is how you can kind of get lost in this website, but I'll keep taking you back so you can know how we got there. Labor market information. Why do we need to know labor market information? Find your next job. It has their Illinois job link. It'll give you information. It goes back to the CIS system, goes back to Illinois job link, finding Illinois WorkNet centers. Where are they in our area? And then all of these other programs, right? Migrant seasonal farm workers program, apprenticeship programs in the state, re-entry services for those who have criminal backgrounds, work opportunity tax credit, veteran programs. I mean, it's just so much stuff, okay? You have access to, and guess where we found it? We go back, the resources tab here under Illinois Job Link. And then this last tab here is on programs. What programs are available at the state level? So many. Adult education, if you want to go back and get your GED or English as a second language courses. There are technical programs that you can get into, apprenticeship programs. And again, these are at the state level. So even if you're in a different town or county, this will be a good resource to read through or share. There's just so much. Fidelity bonding information, Hire the Future, which is for transitioning young adults 16 to 24 into adulthood and the workplace. I mean, there's so much here. Lincoln Challenge is here. Second chance or re-entry programs, migrant seasonal. It's just so much. Senior community services. So our seniors that are in the workforce or want to come out of the workforce or even want to volunteer in the workforce. There's just so many programs. And these, again, veteran services, unemployment insurance, most information. How are you eligible? Why did I get denied? You can find out all kind of information. And so our WIOA program, the WIOA approved training programs, you can click here and find out how you can get a WIOA grant to cover some of the training programs that'll help you in your career. Again, tons of information right here at the Illinois Job Link website. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Like I said, it's one of the benefits of partnering with the staff here at the DeKalb Township. They are interested in providing employment services. And so I'm here, Danita Sims, founder, executive director of Passion Pursuit. I'm here kind of as a job coach on Wednesdays for the most part. But this is the heart of what Township wants to do when they're providing different services. They provide all of these other services that are available. This is just one. Employment assistance is just one of those services. So just wanted to let you all know and remind you of what's available. Again, my name is Danita Sims, and I can be contacted, or you can set up an appointment with me on one of those Wednesdays by contacting the staff here at DeKalb Township. We try to provide Zoom for a lot of these meetings, but push come to shove, give us a call here or stop by and visit us at DeKalb Township and find out what other services might be available, and make your appointments. Just come on in, bring your calendar with you, and make your appointments, set up your appointments. We'd love to see you. We'd love to support what you're trying to do in your career. And if you need assistance at the same time, please take advantage of the services that are available here. We hope you all have a great day, and reach out if you need anything. All right, you take care.